First of all, I wish to extend my all good wishes to the new government, because it's government of all citizens now. Expressing and extending good wishes is one thing. I am very optimistic kind of a man. I know the limitations of Narendra Modi and his government as far as the Muslim issues are concerned. I am aware that this government being led by Narendra Modi is offshoot or offspring of the campaign and ideology of which he has been associated since last so many decades. I am optimistic in the sense that he would try all his best to achieve for what he had stood for last 3 or 4 decades. Minorities, particularly Muslims, stands nowhere. So I would request the Muslim community to have the least expectation from this government. Because the moment they would have expectations, they would be more disappointed. But yes, being an ordinary citizen of this great nation, I have a wish list. I don't have expectations, but a wish list. And that wish list includes equal opportunities to Muslims. I was a bit disappointed after hearing acceptance speech of Narendra Modi in Parliament after he was elected leader of parliamentary party. He reiterated, and I quote, "सबका विकास होगा अगर सबका साथ होगा." I am bemused. What does agar means? What does agar means? If he had been categorically and pointedly assured the nation कि सबका साथ होगा, सबका विकास होगा, सबका विकास होगा, सबका साथ होगा, तो मुझे समझ में आती बात. The moment he prefixed adjective agar, if, that sounds alarm. That sounds alarm. Does that mean that 69% of the population which has not voted for NDA, for BJP, would be left out? That's a big question. Narendra Bhai has, in his tweet said, assured the nation that they would justice to all. The first test would lie in giving justice to 6 acquitted Muslims who have been acquitted by Supreme Court of India, the highest court in the nation, in the Akshardham case. These innocent people have lost their 11 precious years of life. If the Prime Minister of India, taking cognizance of the historical judgment of Supreme Court, directs his government in Gujarat to compensate these innocent victims, I think that would create a strong bonding between the government of the day and the people who are apprehensive about the working, I would say future working of the NDA government. As far as the Muslims are concerned, this is one of the major issues which would placate the Muslim community. Okay, yes, there might have been discrepancies, there might have been flaws in past, but after Supreme Court judgment, it is more important because of the simple reason that Narendra Bhai has been quoting off and on that no court, even Supreme Court, had convicted him, although that is debatable. But in this Akshardham case, Supreme Court has clearly given judgment that these innocent people were falsely implicated in Akshardham case. I think if boldly the Gujarat government, under the directive of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, compensate these innocent people, it would be the first step of delivering what he has been saying since last 3 or 4 months. NIA report is lying with the Home Ministry. The government should take immediate decision on that. Proves that some people from RSS background were active behind all these blasts. Then it needs to be accepted too. The whole Hindu-Muslim issue in India sometimes came under clouds because of the treatment of our neighboring countries with their minorities. The government of India, under the visionary leadership of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, had signed a treaty with Pakistan, and that is known as Nehru-Liaquat Pact, that deals about minorities in India and Pakistan. Instead of asking people or encouraging or giving a statement to minorities in India or in Bangladesh and Pakistan to migrate to India, Narendra Modi should immediately have a dialogue on Nehru-Liaquat Pact and raise issues of attacks of minorities in Pakistan and Bangladesh. I say Bangladesh because Bangladesh is also part of that agreement now, because when it had got independence, it had agreed to follow all the previous agreements between India and Pakistan. When the government of India presents its budget, the government should raise the budget of minority ministry. It should simplify the procedure of getting scholarships. It should immediately release all the Waqf land which has been under the occupation of Government of India or its agencies, because BJP in its manifesto has promised that it would look after that all the Waqf lands are utilized for the benefits of the community. For the sanctity of maintaining peace and tranquility in the nation, 40 years back, Pandit Nehru has decided to have National Integration Council. Mr. Modi have been its member since he had assumed the charge of Chief Minister of Gujarat. Now, as he has taken the charge of Prime Minister of India, I would humbly request him to reconstitute National Integration Council so that there can be a dialogue between the government and the civil society at times of crisis and even when there is a need for that.